Hello, this is Zamanzadeh from ZZNetworking.com. In this tutorial video, I'm going to continue pretty much where we left off at, dealing with multiple tables. In order to see better, press this icon to view full screen. Now, let's go to our SQL command line. In the previous tutorial videos, we were dealing with joining multiple tables. I just want to give you a brief recap of something we covered in the past, because there are different ways to get information from two different tables. In the past, we dealt with subqueries, so let's just have a brief reminder of that. Why don't you select everything from the customer table. Now, when you want to use a subquery is when you have something that your query is based off some kind of unknown. Now in the following code, I say select customer name from the customer table where the balance is greater than select average balance from customer. Now what that means is, suppose we want to find the name of our customers whose balance is greater than the average balance. Well, we don't know what the average balance is. Now we could go ahead and break up this subquery into two groups. Say select average balance from customer, and that will give us the average balance for all our customers. But that's not good enough. We want to know the names of all our customers who have a balance greater than this. Well, this part we put in parentheses is called our inner query. It always executes first, and then passes the results to our outer query, which then gets that answer and basically finds out what this outer query is looking for. So here we have select the customer name from the customer table where the balance is greater than whatever the answer of our inner query gives it, which in this case is $10,027.35. That's the average balance for this table. So when we execute this together, it gives us a list of names, 6 rows, where the customer has a balance that's greater than the average balance for this table. Now this is important because when we're joining multiple tables, we can use subqueries to do so. In the next couple of examples I'm going to show you. So for the next example, we want to find the description of a part whose order number is 111. How do we do this? Well, let's look at the following code. First, let's go ahead and select all from order line. We select for all from order line. We notice that the description doesn't appear here, but it gives us the order number. The order number column is the first one, and we can see that 111 is the first value, in the first row for the order number. Now we go to the part table, select all from part, and we see here that the second column is the description, and it gives us a description of all our parts. So how are we going to find the description for all parts in order number 111? Well, there's two ways of doing it. The first way, we can use a subquery. We can say select description from part where part number in, and then we open up our subquery. In our subquery, we say select part number from the table order line where order number equals 111. Now, if we were to separate this and just execute this part right here, let's go ahead and execute just this part. Well, actually, because of the parentheses, it says invalid, so give me a second with that. I'm just going to highlight without the parentheses. We see that there's two part numbers. So the part number from the order line table for the order number 111 are these two here that you can see in the bottom pane. We're passing that answer back to our outer query, where we say select description from the part table where the part number is in whatever these two numbers are, in this case 125 and 525. So now we highlight the whole thing, hit Control Enter, and we find out that the description is a stapler set and a power drill. Now, is there a second way of doing it? Of course there is. And that's when we join multiple tables. We select description right here from our two tables, order line and part. We then qualify the two tables by saying where the order line table dot part num, the column in the order line table, is equal to the part table's column part num. The common column between these two tables is obviously the part num column. And we say and order number equals 111. We run this code, and sure enough, we get the same exact results. These are two different ways of doing the same thing. So you may want to pause your video, copy down these two codes, execute them both, and take a look at the similarities between them. Take a look at what they're saying. Now, unpause your video and let's go on to the next example. Here we want to find the customer name of all customers who are not represented by a person named Smith. Well, let's go ahead and check this out. Hit Control. First, we can go ahead and go to the rep table. We select all columns from the rep table. We can see that Smith is the last name of the first row, and his rep number is 15. Now, we want to know the customer name for the people who are not represented by this guy Smith. Let's select all from the customer table. We see that rep number 15 represents 4 people. If you look here, the rep num column is on the right-hand side of the bottom pane. We see that there are 4 people who are represented by rep number 15, whose last name is Smith. Well, once again, there are 2 different ways of finding all the customers who are not represented by this person. We can use the joining multiple tables. We could say select customer name from customer and rep. We then qualify the customer table dot rep num, our common column between the customer and rep table, is equal to the rep table's rep num, and last name not equal to Smith. And make sure to put Smith in single quotes, and if his first letter is capitalized, you must capitalize it. If it's all in lowercase, it must all be in lowercase. However the value appears in the rep table, it must be the same, or you'll get no data found. We execute this code, and sure enough, we get a list of people who are not represented by Smith, 6 of them. Now let's look at the bottom code. Now, I want to try something funny here. You see where I put this equal sign? Let's put this to not equal. In theory, using this, we should get the same answer, right? We say select customer name from customer where rep number not in, select rep num from the rep table where last name not equal to Smith. Let's run this query. Oh, but now we get only 4 rows. Why is that? A common mistake when using in and not in particular, when you're using not in, this is a negative. When you're saying not equal to, that's another negative. Just like in the English language, 2 negatives cancel each other out, the same in SQL. Here we're saying select the customer name from the customer table where the rep number is not in, and then we're saying select rep number from the rep table where the last name is not Smith. In other words, it's going to give us all the customers, those 4 customers, who are represented by Smith. So pay attention. We have to put an equal sign here. So here what we're saying in this inner query is select the rep number from the rep table where last name is Smith, and then in our outer query we pass that answer here, and we're saying select the customer name from the customer table where the rep number is not whatever this answer is. So we only have 1 negative statement and not a double negative. We go ahead up here and run this query, and sure enough, we get the same 6 rows we got when we ran our first query. Same 6 rows. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for your time, and may God bless you.